Right, Sultai Reclamation. For those new to Magic, Sultai refers to the color combination of blue, black, and green. Reclamation here refers to our namesake card Wilderness Reclamation, which is a way to leverage our mana twice in a turn. Ways in which we leverage our extra mana include things like Castle Vantress to get some scrying in, but more importantly, it leverages the Scarab God here. This is a card with a very powerful activated ability. Exile target creature from a graveyard. Create a token that's a copy of it, except it's a 4/4 black zombie. So very powerful curve. You can go Reclamation on 3 into Scarab God on 4. Untap your lands, immediately activate Scarab God. Generally speaking, some of Scarab God's scariness is mitigated by you need to untap with it, whereas Reclamation lets us Scarab God right away, which is very powerful. So, just as a Magic Online thing, if there's a green dot next to your deck instead of a yellow dot, the green dot means you own all of the cards in this deck. You just have different versions of it. So, for instance, you see how there's little lines here? If I right-click and hit Update with Versions in Collection, you'll see all the lines go away and the versions of these cards change to the versions that I already have. So, very, very good interface there on Magic Online's part. In fact, I could even just join a constructed event without doing that, and it would appropriately find my versions of those cards. Is Nexus banned in Pioneer? Of course Nexus is banned in Pioneer. Wizards of the Coast cares about Pioneer. They don't want a miserable gameplay experience like Nexus to exist in formats that they care about. And for those of you that don't get that thinly veiled reference, Nexus is still legal in Historic because Wizards doesn't care about Historic. That's what that jab was getting at for those that need the details colored in for them. Hopefully I don't live to regret bottoming the Fatal Push there, but like we have the Spiral Reclamation Scarab God curve here, so definitely keeping. Yeah, Magic Online doesn't require you to specify versions of cards when you import them. And I didn't have cards in my collection for this deck when I imported it. So I got cards after I'd already imported it. So for example, I haven't imported the Grixis deck yet. So when I import the Grixis deck in a second, it's going to have the versions of cards that I already have. Will the card boxes fit an Ultra Pro hard tower? I don't know. I'm not familiar with that product. If I recall correctly, the physical dimensions should be listed on their website. And if they're not, you should be able to ask about them. I'd imagine the physical dimensions of the boxes are on the site, though. So, Knight of the White Orchid here lets them grab a Plains out of their deck here since we accelerated. They're probably playing a Heliod Ballista combo deck. Well, not yet, but probably. One could assume. I think I just jammed the Scarab God down their throat. That's really sweet. So that lets me Fatal Push plus activate Scarab God this turn. You ever reorder MTGO decks you're playing so there's more overlap to reduce the number of cards you bought? No, Gengar. I just play them in order. Just from the top down. Traders is really good about me swapping things in and out whenever I need. Yeah, Fatal Push was a really good draw here. Because again, this takes 4 to activate. Maybe I should have just done this on my turn. If this gives them a chance to kill Scarab God in response here, or like exile it in response. There's something like weird like a cast out. Hey, Striker Droid, thanks for the brand new Prime support. There's a lot of great people you can ship that to every single month here on Twitch. Thanks for sending it my way this month and keeping me employed. Yep. Yep. So we're looking for removal spells here. We get a scry. So Scarab God, in addition to bringing things back from the dead, at the beginning of our upkeep, we get to scry X, and they lose X life, where X is the number of zombies we control. So we'll get to scry 1, make them lose 1 here in a second. Get a number of looks at a counter spell or a fatal push or something along those lines next turn. Is worth noting that this Heliod can kill us relatively quickly, though, too. In for Thassa's intervention, I think. Yeah, I'm aware, Cinnabart. That's why I said a number of looks. So in response to this trigger at the end of the turn, we'll float 5 mana. Our lands will untap. We'll delve these 2 cards. We'll dig through time, leaving 4 mana up. Those really aren't that good. I think I'm going to take Growth Spiral plus Intervention here. And if they don't give us something to counter here, since I have a second intervention, I think I'll just draw 2 with one of these interventions. So they have to pay twice X here. So they can't pay 2, so this will be countered. Countering that's important because it stops them from turning this into a 5/5, so that way I can't attack this turn. In response to the Scarab God trigger during my upkeep, I'm going to go ahead and return this to play, so that way I have a second zombie. Am I in for Frilled Mystic? I think so. I just want to like counter their next creature as well. Again, in response to this, we'll float a mana. Let everything untap. We'll make a blue. We'll cast Growth Spiral. Green, green, blue, blue. I mean, they're almost assuredly playing Walking Ballista. He says his opponent cast 1. So I get to chump block with my Frilled Mystic here. And then Scarab God can bring back Frilled Mystic later. Yes. Yeah, that is correct. So now, in response to this trigger, I get to go ahead and bring back this. So drain you for 3, scry 3. This is a great example of Scarab God just taking over a game. Scarab God is a very, very good Magic the Gathering card. Untap our lands. Put a counter on Walking Ballista. Go. Yeah, they should be dead here, right? Well, I guess they can make attacks to force me to block, so that way they lifelink. Yeah, they attack with everything. They get to get some lifelink in here. Well, if they draw Walking Ballista, I just counterspell them. Scarab God counters Ballista too. Sounds good, Lau. I think they're still dead, right? Like, their Knight of the White Orchid dies, I bring it back as a 4/4. They're gonna drain for 3, even if they gain 5 life here. So, like, damage happens, I go to 3. They gain 1. Like, I get to bring back a Knight, and then I'm draining them for 3, and then I'm attacking for 17. I have counterspell for Settle the Wreckage. Even like worst case scenario. Like I have 2 counterspells. Okay. Green for Collected Company is interesting. Are we dead to that? We might be dead to that. Because I can't attack for lethal anymore. Yeah, you can company for their deck. Their build is sweet. You could company into Ballista with Marshall, and then Anafenza can bolster counters onto it because it lives because of this. It's a really sweet idea. Yeah, chat, they're at 17. They're gaining tons of life. And they have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 attackers next turn. I guess I can... Okay, so we're not dead. So I can go bottom. Actually, do I want the intervention? I might want the intervention. If I draw Frilled Mystic here, I can bring a Frilled Mystic back, play a Frilled Mystic, block everything, sack Selfless Spirit, kill them on the backswing. I think I'm keeping all of these. And, like, they're not resolving spells for a little while, right? So, like, as far as the board stands, we're okay. I don't care, Saban. So, like, if they attack, they're gonna lose badly in combat. They'll be... How are they gaining life, Nikki Two Shoes? How are they gaining life? If they attack, they die. It's like they can lifelink 3 of their things, but I have way more power on the backswing. And, like, these are 4/4s, so, like, if they attack in, a bunch of their stuff's gonna die, and then I get more zombies too. Well, they choose their lifelinkers after blockers, chat, because they give lifelink with Heliod. Yeah, I agree. This type of Reclamation deck is really sweet. Blocks like this, right? Sack this. This'll die, this'll die, this'll die. This might even die. This is going to turn into a... They don't have any first strikers this time through. Well, I have the first striker, actually. This is going to die, right? Because all of these are going to die. Which means they'll only have 3 devotion, and this will have 4 damage marked on it. Because this will kill this, which means this will die. And this will die. Okay, so I need to play faster. This has been a long game, and it's only game 1. Oh, I forgot about this. Crap! Crap, the first strike messed it all up. Oh, no. Oh, crap. Fuck. I even had the first strike right the first time too. So we're dead to Ballista now. Man, for us having first strike, this triggers on death too. Man. Are they still dead on the backswing? They might still be dead on the backswing. They found a 1-drop. Crap. Oh. I took too long. I shuffled things around, then I messed myself up. I can't leak the 1-drop. This is counter unless they pay 2. They have 2 mana. Doesn't do anything. Man, I'm so upset with myself. It's a really crappy start to the set. Because, like, we're just, like, guaranteed to win there. If I just, like, position those better. I'm gonna concede the match. I don't want to play anymore. I'm gonna play the next one. Or, like, don't have enough time to play 2 more. We're 100% to win that game if I just, like, block correctly. So I'm gonna shake it off and move on to the next one. Thanks for the 10 months, Elliot. I appreciate it. Welcome back. I wasn't a sub for an hour and I was scared and didn't know what to do with my life. Well, welcome back. Yeah, if I just like put the first striker in front of something that it's not gonna kill on first strike damage, like their entire board dies there. They're left with just Heliod, then they can't win. So, I spent so much time on that and a couple other decisions. I'm gonna have to try and play quicker for these games. I don't have time to play 2 games from behind there. Oh no, Scissors. Could this be it, chat? Could this be the deck that lets us beat Scissors? I think I'm like 0-12 against this deck in our last few leagues. Wait, what? Okay, not Scissors. Got it. Weird. Hey, Squirtle Squad. Thanks for the half a year. Welcome back. You goose. Scissors lets them make 2 food with a guy? Yep. I don't know, yeah, could be 5 color something. Kill their oven here in response. Morning, Mikey. Maybe I'm supposed to play untapped land just so I could Censor plus Decay this turn. Do I prefer Standard or Pioneer right now? Why? I think I prefer Standard because it's on Magic Arena. I think all things considered, this current Standard format's very reasonable. Current Pioneer format's very reasonable. And if all things are equal, I greatly prefer Magic Arena to Magic Online. Hey, Torbrand, thanks for the 4th month of Prime support. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Thanks for keeping me around. Some kind of multicolored oven brew. It's got a lot going on. Okay, so we go Lumbering Falls tapped here so we can Scarab God the following turn. Yeah, Historic's been good. I think Historic has a lot of potential if Wizards would just decide they care about it. Historic's biggest issue isn't the play patterns, it's that Wizards wants to pretend it doesn't exist. Metallic Rebuke. Yep. Alright, well, I mean, like, that's their last card, so, like, you know, it's not too big of a deal. They could be playing, what's the Improvised Demon? Does anybody know the card I'm talking about? Well, I mean, we're playing Thassa's Intervention, Elliot. You're playing Ashiok over the Scarab God. I think cutting a Scarab God's a big mistake from this archetype. I think Scarab God is the one card that really lets you leverage extra mana from your reclamations. I think cutting the third one's a pretty big punt. Go. It's garbage time. You don't have to go home, but you can't play here. Do 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 do. Their basic lands are the things that are giving me the biggest pullover. Like, why is there a basic plains in their deck? So, like, do they have a lot of white spells? Like, what's the deal with this basic plains? Yeah, Herald of Anguish, I think, is the card I was thinking of. Yeah, you have a second cat. Ooh, Hidden Stockpile's a good thought. That could definitely be a card they're playing. I kind of need a way to kill this goose. We're taking 2 a turn from these cats while the goose is sitting here bumping out food, right? Yeah, if they don't give us anything else to do with our mana this turn, I might just Brazen Borrower the goose at end of turn. Get a second blocker into play here. Hey, Dvarg, thanks for the quarter of a year. It's good to have you here. So, Trail of Crumbs would obviously let them generate an absurd amount of card advantage at this point, so that one's not happening. Steal the goose here. Have 2 more hard counters in my hand. I actually don't want to Growth Spiral here because if they draw another must counter spell, I want to be able to counter that as well. Sure. But I flooded out pretty badly here. I think with another intervention on top of my deck, I'm just gonna go ahead and, let's Borrower. Let's see, I could just draw 2 here, but I think I'd rather start killing them. Hidden Stockpile. Look at that. We guess some of the cards they're playing, okay? This card. So at the beginning of your end step, if permanent you control dies, you get to make a 1/1. Let's make sure that doesn't resolve. In for that one. Does Orzhov control existence standard? If not, can we do Esper? I don't think black-white exists. Esper definitely does. We actually played Esper yesterday, and I'm going to be putting it up on my website today after I sign off. I've got a couple of banners to put up there, so happy to get that one added back in, Zero. Is Scooz good enough? I guess Scooz can make it hard for it to return. Censor seems mediocre. Brazen Borrower seems mediocre. Maybe Ritual of Soot if they're going to be making a bunch of tokens. I just want these instead of Borrowers. Like clean up in case Hidden Stockpile gets to pop off a little bit for him. Let's try this. It might be that cutting Brazen Borrower is wrong because I just don't have an evasive threat then. It could be hard to get through the cats on the ground. Yeah, I think it's fine. Get to push a goose off a cliff on turn 1. Oh, you know what? I should have probably played Castle Vantress on one there. I'm not going to Fatal Push. Did you consider being luckier, Mikey? It's a strong line. Was the Esper Tempo deck worth rewatching later? It was not. It was very bad. Pushing Goose is good because Goose gives them a really cheap way to eat their food, which I'd prefer not be the case. So without Goose in play, it requires them to pay 3 mana to draw 1 card with this. So when you're pushing flying creatures, you need to understand that it's not the actual push that's lethal. It's not the fall that's lethal. It's the actual push that gets them. So it's the act of you hitting them in the chest that does it. We're probably dead here from this position, huh? We've played a couple different decks like what the opponent's playing in Pioneer, and they've all felt pretty bad because Pioneer tends to be pretty aggressive, but like against a deck like ours, this is basically unbeatable card advantage, right? It's very, very, very similar to how these decks play out in Standard. We just like can't really keep up. Like with double oven here with the cat, they get to drain us for 2 and then pay 2 and draw 2 cards here. And it's better than draw 2 cards, right? Because they get to like look at the top 2 and take 1. Man. I don't think I've fired off a tweet to piss off moderate Dems before, but we're heading stacking up that block list with my post from this morning. God bless. They're looking to make all sorts of excuses for why they wanna vote for status quo, Joe. Joe, nothing will fundamentally change Biden. Life short, chat. Block vigorously. I think I'd rather counter stockpile here than the second trail. They're kind of choked on mana, and this gives them free creatures every turn. It's close, though. I dislike that. The reason why I settled on, I had given money to Warren, Bernie, and Yang this election cycle. And the reason why I settled on Bernie as the person I would like to support in this primary is because Warren ended up stepping back her Medicare plan from where it was originally at. And I wasn't really a huge fan of that. Healthcare reform is probably my number one issue. I don't know. Climate's pretty close along with healthcare reform. And I feel like Bernie is stronger and is going to push harder for healthcare reform. Thanks for the 2 months, Fainted. I appreciate that. Welcome back. I wouldn't breathe a heavy sigh on my way to the polls voting for Warren, though. If I have to put a checkbox next to Joe Biden's name in the general election, or Amy Klobuchar or another moderate, I'd be pretty annoyed. But I don't think the wage gap really, I think healthcare matters a lot more than wage gap. I think it doesn't really matter what your wages are, because realistically, anybody who doesn't make 7 figures or more in a year is one bad medical bill away from being bankrupt in most situations. Getting the healthcare system fixed is step 1 towards addressing lots of other inequality issues. Yeah, I agree with that. Mount Legal. The centrist Dems are still more progressive than we've had previously, and that is in large part because progressive policies are popular. I think I'm bottoming this at this point. Am I? I guess I'm in for counter spells. I'm gonna have infinite mana on their turn, right? Yeah, this is just counterspell. Yeah, I agree, Soul. Illinois is usually solidly blue because of places of education. So I think the plan here is crack this food. So I have Revolt, Fatal Push the Mayhem Devil. Hey, Hero Mako Compass. Thank you for the Prime Sport. I appreciate that. Welcome to Hooglandia. Hope you have a good one wherever you're at. Let's push this off a cliff. Am I dead? No, they only have 3 food. I could be dead here, right? So I actually think that like a Warren Sanders ticket, while I'd be pretty okay with either of them, I think that would be a bad thing, mostly because they're both sitting senators. And like, you have to remember there's more than just the presidency. So like losing 2 Democratic senators that are currently in the Senate to like being president and vice president could be a net negative. It's important to recognize. Okay, so we're taking 3 more points of damage here. Going down to 8. Devil is dying. And then worth noting here too, that this goose, I have green mana, so this goose can just like make food for me, which is great. Oh, and then I get to take their Mayhem Devil, right? This card is messed up, chat. This card is messed up. I'm really upset with myself that I punted the first matchup, because this deck's been great so far. Aren't they splitting their voters while Biden is not? No. Number one, no. Biden is fighting in the centrist lane with candidates like Klobuchar and Buttigieg. And 2, the way the Democratic primary works, you don't just need the most votes, you need over 50% of the votes. You need over 50% of the votes. To be fair, Stormy Waters, while I'm not a huge fan of Bloomberg in general, he did make the promise to spend his money helping to elect whoever wins the nomination. So I think it's silly that Steyer and Bloomberg are spending their own money doing what they're doing currently, but I also think they can do whatever they want, I suppose. And like, if he comes through and spends his money funding whoever eventually wins, that's great. What changes did I make to the list you sent me? Are you talking about for this Reclamation deck, Fainted? Was this your submission? I just added 3 interventions, if that's what you're asking, was the only change I made. Since this list was submitted before this set was released. The best thing Bloomberg could do is buy Fox News and shut it down. Oh, it hurt. It's so true, it hurts. It's so true, it hurts. I don't believe Inverter is in the queue. There's a lot of stuff in there. I think like there's like over 20 Pioneer decks at the moment, so I don't remember them all offhand, but I don't think that one's in there. Alright, so I'm going to eat this food at the end of their turn, and then Mayhem Devil's going to shoot the servo. I mean, Bloomberg went on national TV and said that he would put his money behind whoever gets the Democratic nomination. So, is he willing to lie? Is a question you could ask, but he did say that. Gosh, do I want another Reclamation? I think I do, huh? I had someone in my YouTube comments when we talked about billionaires running in the race last time. They were like, they made some comment about Trump, and I was like, oh, you sweet summer child, you think Trump's wealthy. you think Trump's wealthy. All right, Frilled Mystic and Growth Spiral. I would love some spells here. Go ahead. With our Goose and our Devil, they're really not making too many inroads here. And then eventually, we're going to be able to start attacking once we go a little bit wider. All right, is this a Herald? They're tapping a bunch of artifacts, so I assume this is a Herald. Yeah, this is their big artifact payoff. So, beginning of your end step, each opponent discards a card. I'm gonna like that one on my side of the board, thanks. What do the clocks look like? They have 13 minutes, I have 14 minutes. This deck is definitely a long one. I think we should still have time for a fourth deck today, though. I'm gonna save targets on this. I think I'm gonna auto yield to some of these other ones. Dibs.deck. Yep. Can I get that? Please. Thank you. Yeah, it takes a little bit, for sure. Oh, if I save targets, I'm gonna miss a servo. Yeah, that's true, I forgot about that. Alright, we'll take it off. Renegade map doesn't seem very good when I'm the one with the Mayhem Devil. God, Scarab God is just so demoralizing. Wow, are those real? Those are gorgeous. As someone who's not a fan of the last couple of full art basics they did, these are gorgeous. Those are real. That's great. Those are fantastic. Thanks for the 8 months, Pinogram. I appreciate that. Welcome back. All right, let's try not to time out here, I suppose. All right, so I need 4 to Scarab God with, so I'm going to go ahead and do this for the rest of it. Draw some spells. The old X is 9. Dig Through Time ++. Frilled Mystic, Dig Through Time, yep. I would like your Herald of Anguish. Thanks. I'd like to untap my lands, go. This deck is sick. Couple people have been asking about my favorite deck in Pioneer. This one might be the answer. All right, so let's auto yield to this, but I don't want to save targets. Should I kill my Frilled Mystics so that way I can Scarab God them back? I feel like that might be a real thing. I think the Niv deck is very competitive in this format. It's put up a ton of results. I don't have any educated or informed opinions on those trade deals. You bought me a second demon for Christmas? I appreciate you, opponent. You shouldn't have. Are we done here? I feel like we're done here. Am I dead? Did I just die? I think I just died. No, wait, my devil can kill their devil, right? So I'm going to take 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I think we're dead. I think they baited us. Oh, I could have used this to kill it. No, but they can still do a bunch of stuff in response, right? I think we're dead. Right? Because they're going to do... This is 6, 7, 8... I don't know how this works out. I'm just gonna keep pointing my triggers at this and we'll see. I might have messed up. This might have been bait. Or this might have been bait. And I took it. Oh, you know what I should have done? I should have taken the Sinister Sabotage instead of the Dig Through Time. Is what I should have done. Yeah, if we lose this game, this is definitely a deck where like the little mistake I made in the first match that ended up costing us. This time, I'm up on clock though, so if we lose here because of my mistake, we can keep going. Nah, I mean, like, I made a mistake with the context of the information that I had. Like, if I just think about, like, what my opponent's arts are and what I'm supposed to be playing around, I definitely should have played around a Mayhem Devil. Oh, are they doing this on my turn? Because my devil triggers happen second here? Is that how this works? Yeah, I have Goose in the bank here. Oh, did I need to sack to gain life in response? So the fact that they pulled the trigger here means they messed up, right? So they should have waited, I believe. Is this game 1? I thought this was game 2. Yeah, I think this is game 2. Yeah, because they sacked all their food, I also get to S-God their cats now, right? I don't know how many triggers are in play. Somebody, so there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I can't tell what's happening. I can't tell. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Are there 9? I lived through 9. I think I just do this and hope for the best. I think we just gain 6 and like cross our fingers and hope it works out. The cats do too as well. Yeah, we might be dead because the cats eventually come back. I don't know, it's gonna be close. Aren't they dead on board? I don't know. We might be dead on the stack. I don't know if they're dead on board or if we're dead on the stack. I'd believe either of those things could be true. Yeah, the cats are still coming back. Are we at 1? Are we at 1 or 2? I think we're at 1 or 2 here. Are we at 1? Did we do it? Did we do it? I'm pretty sure they had to have messed up there somewhere. I'm pretty sure they had to have messed up somewhere. I feel like there's no way we're supposed to have lived there. All right, they block here, they take 10. And then I get to bring their cats back at end of turn because they're out of food. I'm not going to profess to assume I understand who made a mistake there and who didn't. All right, now they're also at 1. And then at end of turn, the Scarab God kills them with 4/4 cats. What a silly game. What a silly game. How are we doing, folks? These people are great. I'm going to restart Moto really quick because it's starting to lag. How we doing? Welcome. If you're a new viewer, my name is Jeff Hoagland. I stream Magic full-time here on Twitch. We play a ton of different constructed formats. We play Pioneer here on Magic Online. We also play Standard and Historic on Magic Arena. As always, a shout out to my wonderful subs. I wouldn't be here today without their support. Thanks to all of them for keeping me in play. I also like to plug a couple of my wonderful sponsors here really quick. BCW Supplies, only ones I trust to protect my paper trading cards. Using code HOGLANDIA at bcwsupplies.com. You can save 10% on sleeves, binders, deck box, and all sorts of other fantastic gaming accessories there with them. Grimoire deck boxes is the one I've got mentioned in the stream tunnel right now. They're brand new. They just started this week. They do really elegant, sleek designs with lots of different artwork on them for boxes that are larger to hold multiple decks and dice like this, as well as individual deck boxes. They have ones that hold up to 800 cards. You can put an entire cube into one of them. Check out my link, bit.ly/Hugelbox for their products. Hey, CC, thanks for the third of a year. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Cardsphere.com is a peer-to-peer trading network that would love to help you turn your cards into other cards directly to the players. There's no haggling, and they just take 1% fee off the top. And of course, InkedGaming.com would love to help you customize your gaming experience. If you head over to InkedGaming.com/Jeff, you can save a little bit on your orders there with them, while also supporting my content here. And of course,
don't make your life garbage time. Join us in Hoaglandia today by subscribing to Jeff Hoagland with Twitch Prime today.
Look at that, perfect timing. Just found a match and everything. For standard white devotion, please. Sounds good, Pathfinder. Thanks for the tip. For those of you that are interested in standard content, we'll be back to standard tomorrow. Today is going to be an all Pioneer stream. It's our third Pioneer deck of the day. We're going to do one more after this before I'm all done. Maybe we're going to do one more after this. If this league lasts another hour, we might be done after this. Asterisk. First two Pioneer Leagues were kind of quick, but this one's been real long. For a dirty communist birdie, bro. Oh, magic. Oh, society. When your society is so morally bankrupt that the idea that people shouldn't go bankrupt from their medical bills is viewed as communism. This is the world in which we live. There's a good chance this gets spell pierced, then I'm really sad, so maybe I'm not supposed to jam it. Could also just get like Brazen Borrower here and be kind of sad. Yeah, petty theft it's pretty good. I think I'm killing Gadwick at end of turn here. And then I can still hold up Frilled Mystic, right? No, because I tapped my lands wrong. I can hold up Sabotage, though. I needed to tap and leave up green or play the Harbor. This kills us relatively quickly, but it also just trades with Frilled Mystic, so I think I just let it happen. Hey, Coda, thanks for the 2 months. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Thanks for keeping me around. Giving a good one wherever you're at. So, I think I'm going to go ahead and just float a bunch of mana here. Then let this untap, and then scry after. The reason doing this means I have one less mana available on their turn, but it also means I don't ever not have a counterspell up. So like if I scry and then let the untap happen, they could like bounce this in response, and then I don't have it in play for next turn, which wouldn't be great. I think I'm in for a borrower of my own, because it will trade with their borrower in combat, and then it'll also send Thassa back to their hand so I can counter her on the way back down. This is not our adventurer. Moto, just Moto things. Basically impossible to know whose adventure is whose. Whose adventure is it anyways? Actually, I should do all of this at end of turn so I have max mana, right? It's all instant speed anyways. Chucklebot, thanks for the brand new Prime support. Welcome to Hooglandia. Hope you're having a good one wherever you're at. So we'll go Borrower, send your Thassa back from whence it came, and then scry with Castle again. Am I scrying with Castle? If I scry with Castle, I'll only have... Oh, I guess I'm just doing this now, huh? Maybe I don't care about that. Yeah, maybe that's dumb. I have my Frilled Mystic to trade with their or mine to trade with theirs. Yeah, I think my play was wrong there. I think my play was wrong there. I should have saved this for like another petty theft like that. I think I messed up. You only stream I can get great content out of and class consciousness. Keep it up. Thanks for keeping me around. It's good to have you here in chat. Back up Thassa, boo. That's the downside to going after stuff like that. As we they have a second one, it ends up being a little awkward. Alright, well, we're out of gas, so we're waiting on like a dig or a Thassa's intervention here. If I upkeep Scry, I can't replay my Wilderness Reclamation. I guess I might as well just end step Scry now, though. Just because what I want to Scry into could be changed by what, depending on what they play out. I have a Gadwick here. Yeah, that's pretty good. I feel like I'm just supposed to draw for the turn, because if I draw Scarab God, I want to be able to cast it. Swish, chat! Swish! Swish! Do 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 beep 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 do 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 beep 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 do. Why I didn't have attack? I shouldn't have attacked with that. In fact, I probably should have jump blocked with it last turn because of how lucky I am. I was just excited because I drew a Scarab God. God of the sea, God of the sea. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Am I dead? 4/5. And they can't make all their things unblockable. So they can make this a 4. So this is 4 or 5. They have 12 power in play, but they cost 2 mana to make something unblockable with this. I can tap something? No. This is when you cast a blue spell. Yeah, this is their Thassa. Yeah, wrong Thassa. This makes unblockable. Yeah, we have Lumbering Falls, but I'm better off just reanimating another one of their things. So like this Scarab God is finding another friend this turn. God, this card is so busted, chat. It's so good. It's so good. Do we just get combo killed? I think we're getting combo killed. I should have jump blocked with this last turn. I should have played to this as an out. No, I'd rather have their borrower, right? Yeah, we're dead to Oracle. Because I didn't jump block last turn. If I would have jump blocked and put the Frilled Mystic in my bin, I could hold up a counterspell here. It's been a tough deck. Been a lot of this deck's been I've had a lot of oh we're dead moments. Oh we're dead because I messed up moments. Oh, if they can cast 2 blue spells and pump this twice, I guess I should have gotten something that could block on the ground. If they have another blue spell they can cast that leaves them 3 mana, we die. No, I gained 2, right? I gained 2. Where did I gain 2 from? I felt like I was at 12. Are we dead? I think we're dead, chat. Yeah, we got thrashed there. It's like Blue Devotion splash Splinter Twin. Seems pretty good. Might be something to this Splinter Twin thing, chat. Torrential Gearhulk seems slow. It's a Ritual of Soot matchup. I feel like this could be a Ritual of Soot matchup. What do we think? What do I want to trim though? Sabotage maybe? Yeah, the more I play Pioneer, the more I really feel like Saheeli Cat combo should not have been banned. Maybe we can change our Splinter Twin behind bars to a Felidar Guardian behind bars. Ember Cleave's Cleave's like one card Splinter Twin in a way. Like, That that card just like, don't mind me, I'm a combo all on my own. Yeah, I agree, CJ. It is harder to interact with. Big agree. They waited till our turn, which gave us a chance to actually draw Frilled Mystic here. You have a Jace. Okay. Gosh, Jace just means I lose to Inverter at any point, huh? I guess I just play this. Maybe King. It'll be interesting to say how they manage. It'll be interesting to see how they manage the format, to say the least. I think, because there's a lot of different directions they could go in. Let's not. I mean, I'd argue mid-range is kind of mediocre in this format as is. The rim, honestly, 2-card combos that get picked apart by Thought Seizes and Spot Removal, those are good for mid-range. Like, those are things you want in the format if you're a mid-range deck. Do I jam Escod here? I kind of feel like I don't, huh? What is Inverter? Inverter's a 4-mana 6/6 that exiles their deck and puts their graveyard into their deck. Okay, so that happens. I kind of think I just jam Escod here now. If I get disputed, I'm sad. But this kills relatively. I could just lose the game here, though, right? No, because they have 7 cards in their bin. You think Oracle's... I think you're crazy, Justin. So this puts them down to 7. Let's take a picture of their deck here really quick. Well, or an auto pass. Got it. We could also just die to their 6/6 here. Oh, I should have left double blue up. It was a mistake. So I'm attacking with Frilled Mystic here, because if I can Scarab God it back, that's a counterspell on demand. Yeah, they put a Jace in their deck. So this is the card that their combo is based around. I'm going to go ahead and dispute here, because this dispute's drawing dead at this point in the game anyways. And many cards are there in their deck right now? They have 6 cards in their deck. So you buy from Cool Stuff over TCG. If you buy from Cool Stuff Inc., use code Jeff5 to get 5% off your orders there. The main benefit from buying from a bigger site like Cool Stuff Inc. is you don't have to worry about random issues from smaller sellers that happen on occasion with sites like TCG Player. But be a smart consumer, shop around, compare prices. Cool Stuff Inc.'s prices are very competitive. Am I in for more lands at this point? I kind of feel like I might be, huh? I guess I could attack with this, right? Because I could bump it to a 6. Yeah, that's true. I should attack with the weird, you're right. Well, it's not an 8th land, right? Like, I need to draw 2 more lands. I think I'm just bottoming these. Like, if I was on 7 lands already, I think you're right. I'd keep those. This deck's been really sweet, Lord Aaron. I've liked it a lot. Sure. Do I decay Leyline to prevent shenanigans? I'm going to give you a 10-minute break to figure out why that's a bad suggestion. Maybe I was supposed to keep the Fatal Push that I scribed bottom in the event that they killed one of my things there. Maybe that's the line. Because, like, if I'd have killed this 6/6, that would have been real good. They're like, as far as like combo tempo is such a neat archetype. It's not one that you see a whole lot of. They have one on hand. The sizes are up, right? So I'd encourage you to look on their site. They have a couple different sizes. But I've got their 2 larger ones on hand. Yeah, this is their 800 count one. See, it's fairly large. And then I've got this one as well. I think this one is like 300 or so. It's approximately half the size. All right, they have a Jace here. They have a Jace here as well. We are dead. Or a counterspell. Thanks, Sunshine. Yeah. Woof. Rough. Now, I would encourage you to go on their website and look at the dimensions like an adult. No banana for scale. Yeah, the way Oracle works is they had 2 cards in their deck. So for people who are wondering why I spent a counterspell on the Oracle instead of Abrupt Decaying it, they had Leyline in play. So if I decay Oracle in response to its trigger still says, hey, I have 2 devotion, so I win the game. Smart take on their part there, taking a growth spiral. If they're playing the black aggro deck, they're probably going to be able to get under us here. Yeah, I think if I would have taken, I bought him to Fatal Push at one point in that second game, and if I would have kept the Fatal Push, I think we end up winning there because I would have been able to pressure them out of it. That combo bannable. I'm probably going to fire off a tweet either before or after this league is done that I think if Oracle of Thassa Inverter combo and Heliod Ballista combo, if these things are okay in Pioneer, they need to unban Felidar Guardian. It's a lot like what I've complained about in Modern for years, which is like their consistency in how they choose to remove things from formats baffles me. I think they either need to take a hard stance and say these things aren't okay, these are not the types of experiences we want in our format, or they need to be like, okay, this is what the format's about, you need to be prepared for it and realize they exist, have this other thing back. They need to shit or get off the pot. They need to pick what they're doing and do it. They need to not waffle in the middle. Just gonna go ahead and draw 2 here. That's great. I do have to choose to not hold up Frilled Mystic to kill this. But that's fine, because that way it doesn't get to flip and Thought Erasure me. Much like pooping, consistency matters. Thief of Sanity. Well, that's terrifying. Looking for another decay here. Perfect. Decay Scarab God. I guess if I take a land, probably just Decay Scarab God. The problem here is, if I decay this at end of turn, I can't hold up Frilled Mystic again. Yeah, and maybe I should delve more, or like have intervention for one less. I don't know. Again, like, don't make me tell you you're wrong. Tell me why you're right. Like, obviously I made the play I made because I think I was making the correct play. So, like, if you think I made the incorrect play, make an argument for it. Don't ask me to double down on my justification to you. You have a counterspell. Just Omen. Deal. So I have 5, 6 total, plus 1 more. Doesn't really do anything. So I'll just play this tapped and pass. Hey, sorry, I missed your comment the first time. Yeah, it looks fine. Yeah, that'd be fine, Scholar. That would be appropriate. Hey, Mr. Marty Marion, thank you for the 2 months. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Thanks for keeping me around. Yeah, I like this deck that we're currently playing. It's felt good. The match we lost, the first match that we lost, where it was 0-1, it just was really long, and I messed up to lose the first game and didn't have time to win 2 more. This opponent solidly acknowledging garbage time and getting out of the game. Censor for dispute here. I don't know if I want Scoos against Jace. Probably not. I think I leave my pushes in. I'm just going to click submit. Yeah, I agree. It's a deck that takes a while to win games, though, and, like, it's pretty thin margins overall. Suno Tam, thanks for the 13 months. Welcome back. Scarab God. Scarab God's real good, though, for sure. Isn't this a good Censor matchup? Instead of me telling you you're wrong, tell me why you're right. Tell me what you think about this matchup makes it a good Censor matchup and why. Make an argument. Tell me what I should cut to put Censor into my deck. Push that right off a cliff here. Boo. Send that back from whence it came. Ding. What problems do I think this deck has? I have no idea. I played like 2.5 matches with it. Drunken Watsy R&D, glad to see you're enjoying yourself more since the new set release. Thanks for the content. Yeah, fun Magic sets are fun. Theirs is one of the best sets Magic has had in a long time. Probably Sense Guilds, best Sense Guilds. And like Scarab God 2, in addition to everything else he does, he comes back to our hand when they kill him. Torrential Gearhulk, eh? I could just play this and try and block their thing, but if they kill my Brazen Borrower, they hit me and get some card advantage. I'd rather just try and tempo them here, I think. That's the real trick, Mr. Photon. Christy and I had to do some work to our old house before we could get it to a place that would sell reasonably. So like, we ended up closing on this house in January, and I think we closed on the old house in it was like May or June, I forget. It was a while though. Hey, thanks for the biddy, Scholar. List of vampires. I'm going to cast these out now, just so I play around counter spells here. Make them have 2 removal if they want to hit me with their thief. This game should be pretty done. One of the convenient things about moving and not selling right away though was that we didn't have to move all of our stuff out of the old house right away. So from a laziness convenience perspective, having both houses for a little bit was nice. I think we ended up taking like almost 2 months to fully move. Took it as an excuse to throw a bunch of crap out. So they're obligated to block something here, and then we can, if they trade with the borrower, we can snap Fatal Push their other thief. Sure. Alright. This is one of the kind of not interesting games of Magic. Opponent stumbled, then died very quickly. Thanks for the 2 years of support, DMS. I really appreciate that. Welcome back. Thanks for keeping me around. Grixis. It's nice to not be on the Grixis sadness side of the Grixis sadness games. Hey, Chevry. Thanks for the 9 months. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Thanks for keeping me around. Sure. If we draw 2 non-green lands, this can hopefully help us find some green lands. Yeah, we're 2 and 2, chat. And really, we're like 2 and 2. Like the first match, I think we were a strong favorite to win if I had like taken a slightly better line. And then I didn't. We ran out of time. Feels Magic Man. 25 lands in the stack, 26. 26? I feel like there's 26. Only 25. All right, we deserve to miss. Only 25. So we not only did we miss a land drop, but we've mulliganed to 5. Hey, Sky Guy, thank you for the entire year of support. Let's get you a sword to go with that shield. Thanks for keeping me around. To be fair, I think this deck probably has an okay control matchup. Flashy decks usually do, historically speaking. Just trying to hit some land drops here, huh? Usually board out Reclamation and the Scarab God. Really? Really? I'm not cutting all of them. I'll board in Courser. Yeah. You know, I don't think I can cut my threat density that much. I agree that the Scarab God is not particularly good here, though, huh? I guess Reclamation's pretty rancid against 4-mana Teferi. Oh god, 4-mana Teferi? Or 3-mana Teferi? They have 4 3-mana Teferis? Why does 3-mana Teferi punish all the things I love, chat? Why? Why? Alright, let's try to hit a land drop, huh? This is the part where they absorb this and then untap and play a 3-mana Teferi and I die. Yeah, 5-mana Teferi is just a powerful finisher. 3-mana Teferi is a card that fundamentally removes the best parts of Magic the Gathering. Takes the single best parts of Magic and says, no, we don't do that. We don't do that here. What are the parts of Magic you like? Oh, you liked playing cards at instant speed. Weird. Weird. They're gonna veto my sabotage. Okay, alright, sweet. They didn't draw a card with him. So that means I get to do this. And then negate him next turn. Maybe. Probably not, but maybe. Yes. Yeah, in comparison, Fires of Invention is a fine design because it's you choosing to place a restriction on yourself for potential big payoff. It's you sacrificing a resource to get something out of it. It's not you punishing your opponent for wanting to play Magic. Yeah, that's very accurate. Teferi impacts the board, reduces your ability to impact the board, and replaces itself in a worst case scenario. Hey, J-Ray, thanks for the big tip. I appreciate it. Hey, sounds great for Nivmatic and Standard. That'll be, unless something big changes in the queue today, that'll be up first for the Standard portion tomorrow. Take resolves. No, just Pioneer today, Blatella. As always, if you're wondering what formats I'm playing when, as well as in addition to when I'm going to be live, you can find that up on my website. This is a Players Championship hoodie from 2014. Yeah, 2014, the first year they did them. I have a jacket from 2016 as well. I mean, my basement is cold, but not quite jacket inside cold. I can wait to pull it until tomorrow morning if you want, J-Ray. Normally I pull after the stream, but if you're gonna work on it some more tonight, I can wait. So Magic Online unfortunately mirrors paper Magic, so it has a full buy sell trade secondary market. So we were actually just discussing it. This card on Magic Online currently costs $50 because there is a large demand for it and not a large supply. So there are speculators and stuff like that. Teferi Time Raveler currently costs almost $70 on Magic Online. We're very dead here. Yeah, we're just not. Yeah. All right, so our actual record in the league wasn't stellar, but I liked playing this deck even if it was kind of slow and sloppy. Thassa's Intervention felt like a good quality pickup for the deck. This card was really good and multiple points both for drawing cards and for not. Mr. Ben and Watch, thank you for the brand new Prime support. I appreciate that. Welcome to Hoaglandia. Thoughts on different things in the deck. Gearhulk seemed kind of mediocre. We don't have, especially with the addition of Thassa's Intervention, we have even fewer ways for this card to really impact or have good cards to pull out of the board. Brazen Borrower is just kind of whatever in this deck. I kind of feel like I would cut one of these. I think my changes after playing this would probably be the 4th Thassa's Intervention, and then probably put the 3rd Dig Through Time back in. I also think Censor's been kind of mediocre as this format's matured. I haven't been super impressed with this card. I kind of feel like I would like to add just like go up a land and go up a spell. I think I would cut these and probably get probably add, there's the is it Fetid? I don't remember what it's called. It's like Fetid Pool or something. That's the blue-black cycle land. I think I'd add a cycle land to the deck. As far as other things for the last spell, maybe another threat could be good. Fetid Pool, that's the one. I think adding a 26 land as a cycle land would be good. And the cycle lands have land types, so they work well with our buddy lands here. Yeah, a couple of Night Pack Ambushers I think could be good. Like just a pair of them, I think could be very reasonable. Could maybe even go down another Borrower. Honestly, this card's a lot less impressive in decks that aren't being super tempo-y and decks that have ways to actually kill things. So like the fact that this deck has Abrupt Decay and Fatal Push in it means that like Brazen Borrower's effect is less good than it would otherwise be in a deck with more limited interaction. So yeah, I think I would do that. I'd add a Fetid Pool as a 26 land, and I'd play a pair of Night Pack Ambushers for having another threat that can close games out. I think I would do that. All right, so what are we doing next? We gotta cut the line for Black-White Ballista Vampires from the continually generous Civilized Scholar. So I'm going to go ahead and get a quick ad roll while I get things switched over for that, get it imported, and get cards ordered from my sponsor. We'll be back in about 5 minutes with some aggressive Ballista combo here. Thanks for hanging out today, folks.